married a hoe that didn't really like me. Wife of 5 years said she's done. I'll just read it because some of you may not be able to see it. My wife is 39, told me he's 36, so she's 4 years older. Sorry, 3 years older than him, that she was done. I'll try to make this as quick as I can. Last week, I saw her texting somebody. I didn't see anything too insane, but it was totally flirty, and he was calling her hot and this and that. I confronted her about it at night, and I was kind of heated. Her knee-jerk response was to say, I'm done. I don't want to be with you. I want him. So she actually stated that. Another 10 minutes of fight ensued. When things settled down, she sort of backtracked and said she said all that because she's sick and tired of me accusing her of things and she has fallen out of love. So it's his fault, apparently, that she's stepping out on him now. Said that she isn't seeing anyone or doesn't want to. I would call bullshit on that based on the text messages he read aloud. She's just tired of me being accusatory and reminding her that I caught her sexting her ex 4 years ago as well. Oh, gee, there's a pattern there. See, this is what happens, guys, when you connect with a chick that doesn't have genuine burning desire for you. When you're her second, her third, her fourth, her fifth choice, a strong indicator is that she's sexting her ex 4 years prior. I don't know how long they've been together. He hasn't said just yet. I admit I was devastated when that happened. When we have an escalated fight, sometimes I bring it up. I'm wrong for that. After a 3-hour talk, she basically said, in my words, that the magic is gone and she wants the old me back. I used to be her ride or die partner forever. There's that word partner. But especially the last 6 months, she has faded away. The stipulation to this is at the end of our talk, she says she's willing to give me a chance or try to get back to the old me, which will help her reconcile her disdain. She wants the old me back. We have changed over the years. But I do know what she means. We have shifted our focus from each other to our son, which has taken a toll on the relationship. You've probably heard a version of this, or maybe heard an uncle say this, or maybe a father or an older brother or something like this. It's always the same story. We've changed the focus on the kid. Our relationship took a toll, blah, blah, blah. But she's got time to sex the guy from work, right? Understandable. She told me, I don't want to touch freely or a little bit, but I love you. But since last week when we had the one more chance conversation, she stopped touching, responding to I love yous, won't kiss me. I tried to kiss her bye when I left for work. She said I can't. And if she hugs me, it's coerced and seems disgusted. She limits conversation to priority kid stuff like bills need to be paid or what food to bring home from work. Nothing extracurricular. She doesn't respond to texts unless she has to. I asked if I should start to plan for departure, such as apartments, blah, blah, blah. Won't really answer. She's already making her exit plans, trust me. She's also blocked me on all social media and randomly bought a dog yesterday. I've been with her for 10 years total and have never seen her like this. So he's been with her for 10 years, 4 years prior, so 6 years in a relationship. She's sexting away to an ex-boyfriend as well, too. So she's been up to it for a while. Never seen her like this, and it's been the first time in 10 years I'm concerned for our relationship. I don't have any friends that I can talk to, so of course he's going to go to Reddit. So after a week, pure emotional hell, blah, 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 what should I do or think? This chick is brutal, man. And this guy's even worse for putting up with it. It's just over and over and over again. It's always the same thing, dude. It's always the same thing. Complicate life, justify why. I married a hoe that didn't really like me. We had a kid because she wanted to settle and was probably had baby rabies because she's 3 years older than me. And then several years in a relationship, she's alpha widow. She starts texting the ex-boyfriend, starts sexting, some other guy to try to spark something up, and then plays stupid and tries to blame it on him because he brought up shit from the past. Oh, it's your fault. And tries to turn it around, gaslight the dude, right? It's always the same fucking circle of bullshit. It's a vortex of crap.
These are the stories that these are the things that really piss me off. These are the stories where I want to grab this guy by the shirt collar and just shake him and just ask him, what are you doing? I mean, of course she got caught and she turned it around on him. Of course she's playing the victim and now he's trying to pick up the pieces and he's just acting like this little puppy dog. Oh, should I get an apartment? How come you don't say I love you? It's like, man, it's been over. It should have been over the first time. Yeah, exactly. It's been gone from the beginning. It gone from 4 years ago. I mean, I get guys that ask me sometimes, I get guys ask me this a lot, on coaching calls and things like that. They're like, I'm with my girl. It's really good, but we did have this moment.
This dude picked up on it. Kid's 4 years old was sexting 4 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, might be smart to get a DNA test. But yeah, I mean, these guys they'll go and ask, they'll say, oh, things are going really great, but we did have an issue like a couple months ago or like a year ago when our relationship first started. And I tell it so you're never going to get over it. It's always going to be there in the back of your mind. It's just, are you going to want to deal with it or not? Things like that. I say like it's like a blister on the bottom of your foot that'll never heal. It's not debilitating. You can still walk, but it's annoying and it's always going to be there. So you can go through the rest of your life with a blister, or you can find something else and you can heal and be with another chick or whatever. But these guys will complicate it, and they just, it's easier just to do it this way. Or man, oh, God, these are baffling stories. Like, I don't know how we keep coming to this.
There's a never-ending supply of people going to discussion forums and Reddits and Facebook private groups, pouring their heart out to people they've never spoken to before about shit
who don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
Strangers
for advice on a difficult subject that they can't figure out, and all they do is they just take on more blame. Oh, it's got to be my fault because I brought up that shit from 4 years ago, so I'm a bad guy, and that's why she doesn't want to kiss me bye from work, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, she's out. There's unless the go game and the stay game is the exact same game. At the end of the day, you got to fix yourself, right? I mean, you're probably done with the relationship. The marriage is probably over. It's going to be very, very, very difficult to convince her that this new version of you, if you can really lean into that, is the real you, because she's going to still see the old fucking loser that she married that she didn't really want.
And I guarantee the advice or the top comment on that is, yeah, man, just figure out what her love language is. What's her love language? Are you making sure that you're buying flowers? Are you making sure that you're attentive to her needs? Yeah. Have you tried to sit down and have a conversation with her about how you're feeling? And this is exactly why we do what we do. This is why we have the School of Unplugging. This is why we have the community, because this guy said it himself. He's like, I don't have any friends or anybody to talk to. And he's resorting to random internet strangers who he thinks for whatever reason will have his best interest at heart, which they won't, and they don't. Yeah, it's like, dude, if whatever lightning strikes chance you ever see this, dude, hit us up, man. But yeah, it's for every guy that joins our community and figures it out, there's got to be 1,000 guys that do this stupid stuff and they never figure it out and they get just wrecked. And we feel for them, but my God, man, like, it's tough.
All right, so I found the original post because I want to see what the comments are. I want to see if there's somebody that tells them to. Actually, some of this isn't too bad. Wife's already checked out. She's probably talking to or banging someone else. Somebody says she's already cheating. She's already checked out. Oh, here's one. Yeah, okay, gaslighting. So she's cheating and she's blaming you for it instead of being apologetic. Actually, it's actually getting better. There's only a couple of love language.
Maybe the tide is turning.
Yeah. Wow, it's actually not too bad. Maybe it's like, some of these guys are getting like red pilled. Can't turn a hoe into a housewife. I mean, guys, like if you're not her first choice, this is why you got to vet her for a few years before you do anything, before you put a baby in her, before you get married, before you do anything stupid, like spend a fortune on a giant ass wedding, only to learn a few years into the marriage that you weren't her first choice. That Tyrone or Chad from back in the day that just did it right. She's never forgotten about him and looks him up on Facebook and messages him and stuff. I've had chicks from like my 20. I had this chick a few years ago from my 20s. She randomly DMs me on Facebook and she's all, I screwed up, Rich. You're such a nice guy and blah, blah, blah. And I shouldn't have done this.
It was always you. You're always the one.
Blah, blah, blah. And I click her profile and it's like, bitch is married with 2 kids. And the guy does well. Like he earns well. They have a nice house. They have a nice car. There's like photos of the kids playing hockey and doing dance and all that sort of stuff. And it's like this random hoe that I dated in my 20s, like reaches out to me out of the blue and like starts flirting with me. Like, you got to be. I've been both.
No shame.
I've been both guys.
Yeah.
Don't fall for this crap. Like, she's either got it for you or she doesn't. If she doesn't have it for you, just get out. Do yourself a favor and get out. It's not worth it. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here. And pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.